Welcome back to Soul Moon's Rising Tarot. Today, finally catching up with the last 3 days for the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge. Thankfully, my cold is 95% gone, so I can actually talk to you now. So day 29, 30, and 31 are all going to be in this video. So without further ado, day 29, prompt. What are your top 5 most underrated tarot decks and why? So as you guys know, I only have 3 tarot decks currently. So those are the 3 I'm going to talk about rather than 5. But this is why I believe that they are underrated, so to speak. So the first one here is my Ghosts and Spirits tarot deck. This one is fantastic for working with ancestors or past lives or spirit realm in general. I love these cards. They are so gorgeous. Here's just a few of them. 4 of Wands. There's so much in these cards and they tell such a perfect story. So here's a 2 of Wands. And you can really read what the spirit realm is trying to tell you from these cards. Queen of Pentacles. And last but not least, the Tower. So the imagery is gorgeous in these cards, and you can really almost hear the spirits talking to you through them. So I love this deck for spirit and past life work. Second, I use this deck a lot in my my Tea and Tarot readings. This is my Crystal Visions deck. So this is another tarot deck. This one plays so much to emotions and chakras, and this one is great for love readings, or I mean, you can really use it for just about anything. But I love the energy, and this one has a special card, the Unknown card. So if you ask a question that's not ready to be answered and the Unknown card comes up, that's telling you you're not ready to know the answer, or we're not ready to tell you the answer. So this deck is really fun, and I love the energy of this deck. And then my kind of most prized tarot right now, because it was really the first deck that I picked out for myself, is my Tarot Illuminati. And this one, I fell in love with this deck because of the artwork, because it is so detailed. This is so easy to read, and you can get so much from a reading with these cards, especially if you use them, in a spread. So however the spread is laid out can give you a great story, and there's so much imagery, it can add such great detail, and I really, really love these cards. Now, for number 30, what tarot card do you feel best represents you and why? So I've actually kind of said this before in other videos. The Hermit card is kind of me. So I see the Hermit as a teacher, not just a lone soul, but somebody that has knowledge to share, but will only share it with those who are worthy, really, who will seek and will work for that knowledge. They're not somebody that goes out and just, here's what I know. I mean, that does kind of seem contradictory because I am here on YouTube, but I believe that the people that are ready for it are going to find the messages that I put out versus, trying to search for me in, rural Idaho, which I'm kind of hard to find. So, I believe the Hermit, and let me get my Hermit card here and I'll show you. I definitely have a love relationship with the Hermit. When I was very first learning to read, he kept coming up in every single reading that I would get from somebody. So here is the Hermit, and this is one of my favorite depictions here. So I almost see the Hermit as Okay, so this particular picture, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, kind of looks like Gandalf, or if you're a Harry Potter fan, it kind of looks like Dumbledore. Both are very wise and, you know, faithful teachers that help you learn your own way, and they help you really embrace the lessons so that they're not actually teaching you, kind of teaching yourself. And that's actually how I like to learn, is by doing and by experiencing. And that's how I like my students to learn as well. Because, you know, the old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Well, you can give somebody information, but if they don't consume it, then they're no good. But if you teach somebody through experience, they're going to remember that lesson forever, for the rest of their lives. And finally, for day number 31, what are our goals for tarot in 2020? Personally, I actually want to get a couple tarot books because I don't have any physical books. And I'm a bit of a book snob. I like to collect my books. So I want to have some physical tarot books. I also want to actually have more tarot decks, like actual decks that I can share with you guys here on this channel. And, you know, just, I don't know, I like collecting decks. I think they're fun, and each one has a little bit of a different purpose. Besides the fact that I love to support artists and their creations. So if anything really speaks to me, you know, whether it's on Kickstarter or I know somebody who's designing a tarot deck or whatever that may be, those are kind of things that I will get to help support them in the gifts that they are presenting to the world. So those are my goals for tarot in 2020, along of course with sharing more stuff with you guys and doing more live streams and just helping wherever I can possibly help. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this series. I enjoyed making it. I apologize for the last 3 days all coming at once, but sometimes life happens and you get sick. So anyway, that is it. Can you believe it? We made it through all 31 days of the hashtag 31 Days of Tarot challenge. I think it's amazing. Never did I envision doing that many videos at one time. So anyway, we'll see you guys next time, and I love you. Blessings.